Hey everybody, hello, Cheryl here from cardsbycheryl.com. Thank you for joining me today. I have a fun little card that I thought we could make together using one of the new sets from the 2023 annual catalog. If you are a customer of mine, you should have already received your catalog kit. And with the exception of one person, I just got it returned today because I transposed her street number. But at any rate, I've sent all my catalogs out, so those should be landing in your mailbox very soon, if not already. And I hope you love the little goodies inside. And I spent some time putting those kits together, so that was a lot of fun, and I used some new products to boot. So, but today we're going to use a different product. It's called the Tea Boutique Suite. It was one of the items that we were allowed to pre-order as demonstrators. Our catalog does not go live until May the 3rd. Everything that is in the catalog will be orderable on that day, provided there's no shipping or inventory issues from the supply chain stuff. But as a demonstrator, I was able to order a handful of things in advance to play with and to tease you with and get you excited about some of our new products. So I wasn't able to order all of them, but I did get a nice grouping of new products that I've been having fun playing with this week. So with that, let me turn the camera down and get my water out of the way. And this is the catalog. It's beautiful. I can't show you the inside, but really, really pretty. I'm like, it's just automatically tempting for me to fan through it. So I'm going to set it aside so that I don't do that and get myself into hot water. So the set that we're going to use today is called Cup of Tea, and it's got a coordinating set of dies that go with it. Nope, not there. And those are called teacup dies. And so you can see there's a really nice assortment of matching dies that go with the stamps. So the stamps have a couple different sentiments on it. Look, there's some really tiny ones that you can use to put inside the little tea bag. What are those things called? Holders? It's not the tea bag itself, it's the piece of paper on the end of the tea bag that hangs off the cup. So there's some little tiny ones in there. There's a to from, so if you wanted to do it as a gift tag and put to from on the back, that's it's time for tea, let's get together soon, take care of yourself. So really sweet set of stamps that I was having a lot of fun playing with. The coordinating paper that goes with it, I have a pack that's not opened yet, but this is the pack I was playing with today, so I will just get this out to show you. And I'm not going to go through every page by page, but there's some gorgeous floral prints, some kind of patchy solids. It's all double-sided. So lots of use for these papers, even if not with this particular stamp set. The colors, let me just run through the colors real fast with you. Crumb Cake, Crushed Curry, Fresh Freesia, Garden Green, Orchid Oasis, Parakeet Party, Petal Pink, Starry Sky, Sweet Sorbet, and Tahitian Tide. So I didn't do a unboxing video or anything like that with the new in colors, but most of you who follow YouTube videos probably know that there's a whole new set of in colors coming on May the 3rd that you'll be able to order. And obviously this was something that the demonstrators could pre-order. So these are the colors. They come with coordinating alcohol blends, the Stampin' Blends, and also the Stampin' Right markers, and then cardstock, coordinating cardstock as well. And then the in color cardstock is also really nice. The new, and that's the one that's got the solids, or it's all the in colors, but it's, I can't find it here. It's got got new prints, new patterns to it, and I just love it. This is new paper too. I love it so much I can't find it. It's gotta be in here. Yeah, here it is. I gave it its own little pouch. So this is paper with all the new in colors. That's not opened yet, so let me just show you this one. And you can see I've been playing. There's really fun floral prints. There's a great stripe, a plaid, I guess you call that, polka dots, and then those are the designs for all of the 5 new colors. So this is called 2022 to 2024 in color designer series paper, and it's 6x6, and it's really lovely. I am going to use the heck out of this. That's why I ordered 2. So that's that. These colors go great and coordinate with this same stamp set as well. So we are going to use a few of these colors today in our card, but not this paper, so I'm going to set that aside. This is the paper that is the host gift paper, and I just did it's a 12 by 12 set, so don't let this fool you. I just made this up. I'm going to give this away as a sample freebie, but this is the 48 sheet double-sided host paper pack that you can get with when you host a party or you have an order over $150. So really pretty paper here too. Okay, but enough of that. Let's get on to crafting. Oh, one more thing. If you are watching this video today or tomorrow, today's the 19th. On the 21st of April, Stampin' Up! Is offering free shipping for 1 full day. So if you do want to place an order before the catalog goes live, maybe you want to take advantage of some of the last chance sales. April 21st is your day to get free shipping, and it's for any order that's over $75 will qualify for free shipping. I think if it's under $75, you're going to get the standard rate, which I know went up from $650 to I think $785 or something like that, but don't quote me on that. Okay, so one more thing of products that coordinates with this particular suite is the cards and note cards and envelopes, and these are A2 size cards that are pre-scored. They're 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 once they're folded. Really pretty bright, vibrant colors in all of the 5 new in colors, and they have the matching envelopes as well. So these are great, what I call quickie cards. If you need something, a super fast birthday card or even just a thank you note, whatever, you could grab one of these, put a teacup on it. Do I have something here? You could just this is from when I was playing earlier and die cutting. Throw a sentiment on here. I don't know, that I'm not very good at ad-libbing when it comes to card design, but these are what I call my quickie cards because I can just grab a base. It's already got the background. Maybe put, a die cut on the front with a little sentiment, and the teacup with the flowers would be super pretty and super fast. Maybe we'll do one of those later if we have time. Okay, but I'm not going to use these cards in the project today. Let me show you the project for today. Today we're going to be using the scalloped contour dies. Thank God these are carrying over because I use these all the time. I'm going to be using 2 of those. This is what the card looks like today that I made. And the unique thing about this card is a vellum base. So instead of using a white card base, I used a vellum base. And I just thought that was, I know it's probably not the first time anybody's done it, but it was first for me. So we are going to make a version of this card. Isn't this lemon paper it's just refreshing. It just looks like summer to me. So, and I thought it was just a really nice contrast against this blue. And it's bright enough that it shows through the vellum, but subtle enough that it just looks I don't know. And it stands up on its own. So it is definitely pretty sturdy because we've got some layers in it. And then I struggled with on the back adhesive because you can see the glue dots through. But because there's a nice pattern on there, I don't think they show up too much. So anyway, we're going to make a version of this card with different colors of the pattern paper that I showed you already. Okay, so first things first. Paper pumpkin came today. I'm so excited. I'm going to do an unboxing, hopefully later today also. I'm ambitious for today. My allergies have been so bad. I had to take some more medicine today. There was a 10.4 on the Richter scale of pollen, and it just kicks my butt every time, and my eyes just run and drip. And so I took a different not a cold medicine. I took a different allergy medicine than I normally take because I thought maybe my body was getting too accustomed to the other stuff I was taking, and I wanted to mix it up a bit. Well, it put me on my butt. I was sitting here and I had such high hopes to get, I'm just grabbing for a piece of my vellum. I had such high hopes to get a lot done this morning, and I was just like nodding off at my desk. I had to go lay down, and so I took like an hour nap, and that helped clear things up a little bit. But back to the card. This is our vellum. Comes in 8.5 by 11 sheets. You get a pack of 20, and I don't use a ton of vellum, so this is going to last me quite a while. And I think it's pretty inexpensive. Let me go to our current catalog, and I will tell you. It's very nice vellum. It's sturdy, $135. It just holds up well. But that's not it. Vellum, here we go. For $10, yeah, so you get 20 sheets. So 50 cents a sheet, not bad. Okay, so we are going to make a card base out of this. Grab my trimmer. We're going to go 5.5. Set that aside for another card. Turn it sideways, and we're going to score at 4.25. That is your standard A2 size card. If you can see here, this trimmer has two blades. One is a light brown, like a taupey color, and the other one is dark. The dark is the cutting blade, the light is the scoring blade. So with vellum, you want to be a little gentle with any kind of designer paper. And I'm doing this a few times, but I'm not pressing very hard at all. So you can see I have a nice score line, but it's not so deep that it's compromising the integrity of the fold, if you know what I mean. Okay, so we're going to give this a good press. And I always like to make sure that ends are perfectly lined up. And then we're going to grab our bone folder. Okay, so there's our card base. I went through the colors earlier and picked out the patterns that I wanted to use for the paper, and I'm going to do something a little different. This one I trimmed a piece using this die, and then for this card I'm actually not going to do that. I'm going to cut just a piece 1/4 inch shorter. So I decided to go with this paper for the front, and I already cut this down to 4 by 5.25, so it fits just like this, but it's actually going to go inside. So it's going to get put down like that, and then when you open it, it's going to look like this, and then the inside will have this sheet on it like that, so that you have a place to write. So this is all going to get adhered down, and then this will go on the front with our design. So isn't that going to be pretty? Okay, so in order to do this so everything lines up beautifully, you can set those two scallop pieces aside, but you want to be really careful that when you close the card, these two pieces of designer paper line up perfectly. Like so. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to put this one down first. And I think I'm going to use glue dots again because that seemed to work pretty good. Are my glue dots out? No, here they are. And I adhere my glue dots different than most. I use my take your pick tool, and I just pull them off with that. I just find I place them more precisely exactly where I want the glue dot to be. Now, if it was a little die cut flower or something, I would take it right to the roll and apply it to the back of the flower that way. But because I'm just doing, 4 tiny corners, just gonna grab it with my pick tool, like so, and try to get this centered as best you can. That looks pretty good. Okay, so that's just tacked down in the 4 corners, and look, you can't even see where oh yeah, you can see it right here on this one, but because the pattern has dots on it already, it really camouflages it, so that's kind of cool. So the next thing we're going to do is figure out where to put the adhesive for this front piece, and I'm going to do it in the center because it's going to get covered up by this square. So the safe thing to do is to lay this down exactly on top of the piece underneath it, and then we're going to use our, not Seal Plus, our regular Stampin' Seal, and I'm just going to apply 3 little strips in the center where that other panel will be covering it up. So so you see how I have this lined up perfectly on top of the other one, so that all you have to do is close the door. And they will be, see there, you can see the tape showing through right there. But when you open it, everything's perfectly aligned. So there's that. Then this will go on top right there. We're not going to put this down yet because we've got some other things to do. But we can put this one down. And you know what? I think I want to put a glue dot. I'm gonna run the risk on it being camouflaged enough, because I don't like those corners flopping open. So hindsight, I want to avoid the red one, the red area, because I think that will show through. Yeah, you can't really see that too good, so that's good. All right, so let's put some more glue dots down. I'm going to put one right here. Can't have floppy corners. I'm going to put one right there. And then one more over here. Okay. Then for this guy, that's going to go right there, and that's just going to be to put your writing on. If you wanted to put another sentiment on, you could stamp something inside. This is just going to be a little thank you note card though, so see if I got that straight. Yeah. All right, now for the fun part. We're going to get some stamps out. Actually, I've already got the stamps out that I need. I want to get my piercing mat, because we're dealing with red, or not red rubber, we're dealing with photopolymer. So I always use my Stamp and Pierce mat when, let's see, this is a big enough scrap. Yeah. So I just grab a piece of scrap from my basic white scrap bucket. And the green that's used in the pattern paper, if you didn't know this already, you can tell which colors are used specifically in the paper. Why can't I? Here, let's just do this. If you look on the back, crumb cake, crushed curry, fresh freesia, garden green, so that's the green we're going to use. Orchid Oasis, Parakeet Party, Petal Pinks, Starry Sky, Sweet Sorbet, and Tahitian Tide. So when you're looking to match your greens for greenery or anything like that when you're using the pattern paper, you can always tell what color they used. Like this is the garden green because it's listed on the back, if you didn't know that already. So I'm going to grab my garden green. And this is the stamp set that will come bursting out of the top of the teacup. And these stamps have been with me in Arizona for about 4 months, and so they're starting to get a little dry, and I didn't bring all my re-inkers with me. So this, I noticed earlier, it was a little splotchy, but that actually turned out pretty good. Okay. So there's that, and then we're going to die cut that, and then we're also going to put some flowers on, and I think we want to do, I think we're going to want to make our flowers, we'll do some, what if we did pale papaya and crushed curry? I wonder if we do blue, if we do a pop of blue in there. That could be pretty too. I just don't want to do red because we do red on red and it would just wash out. So let's do, you know what? I wonder. Yeah, let's do crushed curry is the yellow color that's in there. So we'll use that for sure because that will pop on the red. Do I want to do pale papaya? I'm not a big fan of pale papaya, but that's the color that's in here, and I think I don't like that. So I'm going to go to get really bold here and do Tahitian Tide. So we're going to stamp some flowers, and there's a stamp set that's this guy right here, where if you were inking straight down, if you weren't die cutting, let me grab my green, I'll show you again. What I mean, just so you get a feel for how these dies line up. So if you were just stamping onto your paper without die cutting it, you could use this floral stamp, and it just goes right over the top, kind of loosely lining it up. It's not exact. I played with it for a little bit, and it does not come through exact where you have a flower on popping off the end of each stem. But let's see here. You just got to kind of play with it. I think it's, what did I do? I think it's like this. And so this one's kind of floating. I went by what I saw in the catalog. And then, of course, you can maybe change it up. I didn't try this before. Let's try it. Change it up and restamp again in a different color, in a different location. Maybe down inside. like that kind of thing. So there's some options if you're just going to stamp directly to paper, but we're not going to do that. We're going to die cut all our flowers. So let's ink this back up with the crushed curry. I think I want to use a separate piece of paper just because it's getting a little close to, can I fit it on here? Yeah. I've got something on there. Okay, let's try that again. Pretty. So there's our yellow. We're gonna do some blue. It's not really a very realistic color for flowers, but let's see. I think that'll pop on the red really nicely. Or maybe we do try this one too. Orchid Oasis is very pretty. So let's save these. And then I have another scrap. Here we go. Let's do one more in the orchid color. So we have options. This is my favorite of the new in colors. I love this color. I've always been a fan of purple though. Let's close all these up. Then we're going to get out. The thing I like about this set too is it works with the mini. So here's our pieces that we need to die cut. I'm going to set this aside. Pull in our mini, the mini boss. That's weird. And we're just going to use our standard plates, 1 and 2. So there's a base plate 1 and then a cutting plate 2 and a top plate 2. So what I like to do is tape everything down, because sometimes these plates warp a little bit. Can you see? It's kind of warping, and it allows for the dies to kind of shift on you. So that's why I never risk it. I just tape it down. We're gonna do 2 at once. So let's cut that off. Grab our die. So we need this one. And this is Post-it tape. It's also reusable, so I usually use it 2 or 3 times before I pitch it. So I'm just going to secure that down. Then I'm going to grab this next one. And the coordinating die to go with it. Line it up. Tape that down. Put your sandwich together and just run it through. And then we'll do the other 2 flowers. So I'll make a little pile there. Done with that. Garbage. Would make a cute birthday card too, or a Mother's Day card. Actually, gotta start thinking about that too, huh? I made a card for my mom. My mom's birthday is in a couple of days, and I cased it right from the cover I made her this card for her birthday. So that's on its way to her right now, and that was really super easy to make too. Stampin' Up! Makes with their designs and everything, they just make it so easy to make beautiful things. I love that about them. Okay, one more piece to die cut. Let's just cut this down. This will go back in my scrap bucket. And tape this down. Okay, I think we're done with her. Her? Is it a her? I think it's a her. Okay. Now the other thing I used, though, that I didn't stamp, and I can probably just stick it right on there, is the lemon slice. Let's do that real fast. I put her away, yeah. So I did the lemon slice in crushed curry. Okay. And then there's a coordinating die for it that does a couple of things. There's this one that just cuts out the lemon wedge. You could make this into oranges too if you wanted. And then there's this one that actually cuts all the wedges out. And so I'm going to put that on this guy right here. Bring back. I don't know if you guys noticed that this plate looks very different from this plate. I always keep the same plate on the bottom because what happens is if you interchange both plates and both plates end up looking all beat up like this, you're going to imprint on the top of your die all of those little cut lines. So the best way to avoid that is to never always have a top plate that's pretty clean or pretty smooth. I mean, you're going to have some indentations, but not anywhere near like what you have if you constantly interchanged both plates. That would give you some really interesting texture on the top of your die cuts. Okay, we can put these away. Garbage. And then, see, you could actually die cut this twice and have your little lemon wedges be, and then piece them together like a puzzle. That's too tedious for me, though. No, thank you. Save those. This is garbage. Okay, now we need our front panel. Oh, we didn't do the teacup. Duh. So the teacup we didn't stamp, we just die cut. So we got one more thing to do. Okay. Now I think we're done die cutting. There's our teacup. Okay. Use it away. Again. So I think I'm going to zoom in a little bit for this part. so you guys can see what I'm doing. And I'm going to bring in some of the coordinating baker's twine for the in color. So there's a roll of each of the in color twine. Let me just zoom in a little bit more. There. So we are going to put a sentiment. I think I'm going to I think I'm going to do, again, thank you on the front inside. I think I might do let's get together soon. So I have the thank you out already. And I'm just using the black. And I always, Memento's great, but for sentiments, this VersaFine Clear is my favorite. That's my go-to for nice, crisp, black ink sentiments. And then I'm just going to stick this on the center right there. Perfect. Now that is a pigment ink, and so you're going to want to clean it off your stamp right away. Okay, it's time to assemble. And we're going to need some dimensionals, some baby ones and regular sized ones. And I did pop those up, yeah. But first we're going to tie on the twine. So I'm going to lay this down here and see what I like about the colors. And I love to use the putty end of the pick tool for picking up flowers. Actually, we could use all three colors. That would be pretty. Throw some yellow in there. Oh, I'm really glad I did the purple, the orchid. Okay, so maybe we should use the red twine. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so how I did that was I just counted up 3 rungs, 3 scallops from the bottom. And I give myself a tail about 6 inches or so. Yeah. And then I just wrap once and twice. And then I'm gonna do this so that I can tie it while it's still on the roll. And I'm going to offset it. It's on the right now, but it will be on the far left. This is my reverse tweezers, and it's my third hand, so that just holds it down as you're tying the knot, so it stays nice and tight. And then you just pull it out. Okay, I like that. Okay, so we want to make sure this is far enough over that it's not going to interfere. So the teacup is going to set on top of the ribbon, and then that little lemon slice was going to go like right there. Okay, so now I have an idea of where I want to place the teacup. So it's kind of, the ribbon's kind of running right at the crook of that, where the bottom meets the cup. I'm going to use my dimensionals. And then I'm going to use a little strip of one to go along the base right there, because the baker's twine is going to run right there, so you want to avoid that. And put one there. Up here. I tend to use a lot of dimensionals. I don't like things getting unstuck. I'm going to put one on the handle. Cut one more. Right there. So there's that. That's going to go there. And then this is going to go like so. So just, wow, it is really blowing. There's high wind warnings here in the Arizona Valley, the West Valley they call it, and it is really whipping out there. Thank God all of our power lines are buried. Otherwise it could be an interesting power outage day. So I'm just pulling the backings off. And I'm going to place this in the center, like so. And then this is going to tuck under there, like so. So on the first card sample I didn't raise all the flowers. I only raised up the big ones because the little ones you'd have to hand cut all the dimensionals, and I think it looks nice anyway to have some raised and some not. So I'm only going to use the small dimensionals on the back of the big flowers. And I'm just going to lay them down first to make sure I know where I want them to go before I take the backings off and stick them down. So something kind of like that, and then we can start to play and putting the other ones down. See how colorful this is? I just love it. And I feel like we need a blue one. Right about there. Okay, so I like that placement for the large ones, so let's stick those down. This tweezer I'm using is my second favorite craft item tool. My first favorite is the Take Your Pick tool. This I'm lost without my tweezers. I would definitely recommend. Amazon sells like a 8-pack of them really cheap, and you get some with a real pointy end, and then I have another one that has a blunt end on it like this, and that's handy too. You know, this, you can really hurt yourself with that. It's very sharp. Let's see, what did I do with this one? Okay, so then I'm just going to grab my Tombow and, oops, what did I do here? Put that like that. Grab my Tombow and put a tiny dot of glue. Oops, that was too much. Let's get rid of some of that. tiny dot of glue and just place these wherever. Random is good. You don't want it to look too symmetrical. They are wildflowers, it looks like. Get that one out of there. I'm going to put that one here. And then this one right there. Let's see. Probably not going to use all of them. This also is really handy to keep glue off your hands. Let's see. I think I want to put one down. Yeah. Like so. One more. We'll work in the blue one. How about right there? Pretty. Then we have this lemon wedge. And that's going to get glue just a tiny bit. And I'm just going to glue that down right on top. Of course, I should have been using my mat because I just got glue there. And then I think I need a dimensional for half of this guy. Yeah, so I need a dimensional on this half right there. And some glue right there. Oops. Cute, cute, cute. All right, let's get all these extra dimensional backings out of the way. Bring our card back in. Oh my gosh, I love it. And I actually put some more dimensionals here. Because why not, right? Yeah, so these products are going to be available on May the 3rd for regular customers. If you want them sooner, then I would highly encourage you to consider signing up to become a discount shopper or demonstrator, because then you could actually add your new items to the starter kit. For signing up, you would get, for $99, you'd get to choose $125 worth of product. And that includes the pre-order items. So if you wanted this set or any of the other pre-order items set for your starter kit, you could totally do that. And you get your, and then after that, you would get your 20% discount on any order. Like if you wanted to place more pre-order items, once you establish your starter kit and your demonstrator status, your next order, it doesn't have to be after May 3rd. You're anytime between when you signed up as a demo between May 3rd, you can order more products off the pre-order list with your 20% discount. So that's something to think about. And I'd love to have you on my team. So that's my starter kit plug. This card is adorable. I just love it. Well, let me zoom back out. Did that work? Yeah. Okay. So, and I think we said we were going to stamp something on the inside, right? Let's do that real fast. I'm going to do Let's Get Together Soon. And normally you would stamp this before you put it down. I'm going to have to fix that corner that's bugging me. What if I do? I like to put my sentiments in random, non-expected locations. So that's almost like a little embellishment, and then you can write your short little message there. So I'm going to grab my glue dots again because this corner is sticking up. I'm just doing it this way so I can see where to place it. There. What do you guys think? I really like it. And it would make a great Mother's Day card. I wonder, I know there's a recent set that has a Mother's Day sentiment on it. Where is it? It might be, oh yeah. There's this one. This is a new set too. But this Celebrating You is carrying over. There's a Happy Mother's Day right there. I think it might be too big for the teacup. Let's see though. Grateful to celebrate you every day. That would be a great birthday one. Here it is, Happy Mother's Day. Nope, it's a little bit too wide. But you could do the design on the teacup. You could do a different teacup design. Instead of having it be white, you could do a printed teacup, something like that, and then have a strip, a sentiment strip that you could use for, let's see here. Let's just do this. Oh, sorry, I'm itching my nose constantly. It's just nuts. I just don't understand what I'm allergic to out here. Obviously, everything. So you could do something like that. Let's trim off this extra. I just smudged it, I think. So pretend this wasn't a white teacup. Pretend it's, do I have a red one somewhere? Yeah, I do. So pretend it's this, maybe. You could put that down on top of it even if you wanted. Nope, I don't like that. So pretend it's just this. And then you could do, totally pop that in, flag the end a little bit. You'd have a great, really adorable Mother's Day card. In fact, I think I'm going to make one. So, this is Tea Boutique Suite. Let me tell you, I think I can tell you this. So the suite is $67, and it comes with the, well, if you just want the bundle, it is, if you just want the bundle, it's only $45. But if you want the boutique suite, you'll get the designer series paper, a set of the Tea Boutique cards and envelopes, and then the stamp and the die set. It doesn't look like you get the baker's twine. But yeah. So $45 if you just want the bundle. That would be a great add to your starter kit. Okay. I think I'm going to wind this video down and maybe work on a paper pumpkin video for you all. So I hope you enjoy the video. If you're still here, thanks for joining. I'd love a thumbs up and click that subscribe button so that you can see when my other videos come up. And thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.